This is Rob speaking. Can you hear me, Melissa?
Hi, Rob.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there was a bad echo before that. Sounds a little bit better right now.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, actually, it sounds good now.
Okay, perfect. All right. Getting a little late start, but we can call the pre-meeting.
Yeah, let's start with the pre-meeting. We only have 3 items. One of them looks like it's being a request for continuance. So do we have any questions from the commission on items number 1 or 2?
Yeah, Rob, this is Bob. I'm going to recuse myself from item 1. My father-in-law lives a couple houses down from the lot with the generator on it. What does the attorney think?
Sorry, I had my mute off there for a second. I mean, is it because you feel like you'd be too biased, or do you actually own that property, or what kind of, you just feel uncomfortable because of your relationship? Just the difference between a standard conflict of interest, financial conflict of interest.
Actually, no. I mean, that thing's been there for ages. My father-in-law doesn't complain about it. So I'm just, I guess I'm just trying to let everybody know that I have family on the street.
Right, but you don't have an ownership interest in that property?
No, I don't.
You don't. Doesn't seem to me like you have a standard conflict, but if you feel like you can't be fair about it, or you're biased in some way, then you can always recuse yourself on that basis.
Okay, I think I'm okay.
Okay, no recusal on number 1?
No.
I mean, if you wanted to make a disclosure that you're familiar with the site.
Okay, well,
I
why
mean,
don't I do that?
maybe lots of folks are, and that way at least it's out on the table.
Okay.
Thanks, Tara.
Thank you.
Any
You're
other questions? Any comments, or need any information on 1 or 2? I see that we were sent an updated resolution for item number 2. So I don't think we'll have to talk about that, because it'll be a recommendation by staff with obviously the updated resolution, correct?
That is correct.
Excuse me, I have a question on resolution number 1. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
I don't think we'll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I own a property on that street, and you know, I've talked to, I think, Robert Harriman on it. I know your dad lives on the street. Did you guys decide exactly what you're going to do with that cell phone? You know, with for beautification of that cell phone tower.
Mr. Brock, can I think right now this is just the workshop for commissioners to make any clarifications. Right now, we're not going to be, we're not deliberating or taking public testimony, but in about 4 minutes, we're going to officially start the public hearing meeting. And so then what we'll be doing is opening up item number 1, and we will open it up to the public. So if you have comments at that time, that would be best, and we'd be able to get any discretion from staff at that point as well if you had questions.
Okay, sounds good, Rob. I was afraid I was going to miss the meeting, so I wanted to make sure I jumped in.
No, you're good. You're good. We're getting ready to start here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to leave so you guys can talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be back at 5.
It's okay. It's okay. This is all public.
Yeah,
okay.
it's public, but it's a good
I was like,
explanation,
wow.
Mr. Chair. I didn't get an updated resolution, though. Did I miss an email? Entirely possible. Or was it just handed out or?
You may have missed it or we failed to send it to you, Tara, but it was just some missing boilerplate engineering conditions. That were
Okay, and that's on item 2?
Yes, item 2, but it
Item
was updated as an addendum to that item on our city website.
Yeah, it's part of the agenda packet.
Oh, okay. But if I downloaded it, say yesterday, it would be there then.
This came out today.
Oh. Okay.
I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, just in case. I may have the most updated one, but.
All right.
Okay. Okay, you can hear them now, but they can't see you. We can't get the. I don't know how to get to my camera, but maybe she'll help.
Well, my phone's only gonna last 10,
It's losing it.
yeah, 10
Okay.
minutes and you lost it.
Hi, Larry.
Good
Okay.
afternoon, Commissioner Huber.
Larry, say hi.
Hello, yeah, I'm here.
We just don't have a video. My camera is saying that it's being used by another app and I should release and allow it. I don't know how to do that right now. So I guess he's just hearing sound.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all we need then, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, we have no video.
That's okay.
Probably better that way, Larry.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Learn this damn shit myself one of these days.
Did you pin?
We can hear
No,
you
I
loud
can't
and
pin
clear.
unless he has video.
Oh, she can't pin if he doesn't have video. But I mean, the rest of the people, they're pinned. All the other people are pinned.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I think it sounds like we're all here now, I guess, and so I think we can get the meeting started. Welcome and thanks for joining us tonight for the Planning Commission meeting of City of Victorville, August 12th, 2020. I'll call this meeting to order. Can we have roll call, please?
Chair Kurth,
Here.
Vice Chair Marsh,
Here.
Commissioner Wells,
Here.
Commissioner Huber,
Here,
Commissioner Harriman.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, we'll start with the invocation, which will be led to us by Commissioner Wells, and then the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Huber. If we'll please stand.
Now, if you bow your heads, please. Dear Lord, our Heavenly Father, we ask that you guide the Victorville Planning Commission and staff through today's agenda, that we make effective and valuable decisions for the residents and the businesses of Victorville. I pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
thanks our great American flag. Repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all.
At this time, we're going to need a motion on the previous minutes from the meeting of July 8th, 2020.
I'll make a motion to accept the July 8th Planning Commission minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, if I talk with my mask on.
I have a motion by Commissioner Wells, a second by Commissioner Harriman to approve the minutes for the July 8th regular Planning Commission meeting. I'll take a roll call vote. Chair Kurth,
Aye.
Vice Chair Marsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells,
Aye.
Commissioner Huber,
Aye.
Commissioner Harriman,
Aye.
motion carries.
Thank you. All right, starting with agenda item number 1, can we have the staff report, please?
Yes, Chairman, Commissioners, agenda item number 1, PLAN 1902. It's a variance to allow for the installation of a backup generator and a 6-foot high wall for an existing wireless communication facility within the required 20-foot front yard setback of an R1 single-family residential property, and it's located at 16161 Chula Vista Road. And the site is within a residential area and is a very active site for maintenance with several different carriers utilizing the site. In fact, according to the property owner next door, maintenance was just occurring today. The applicant had previously installed the backup generator, but has since removed it due to its location within the front yard. And staff has worked with the applicant and the adjacent property owner for several years to get to this point. In addition to the generator, the proposed screening wall is a standard precision block wall, and staff has required the wall to be a decorative split-faced wall to match the future water well screen wall to the east. And in dialogue with the adjacent homeowner, who we just spoke to a few minutes ago, Brooke, he has expressed to staff his desire for even a taller and more decorative wall. Although staff has already required the 6-foot wall to be measured from the higher top of the slope on the Selfoot property, staff would like to amend condition 8 to read, the wall shall match the Public Works prototype wall, similar to the wall at the well sites at Dunia Plaza, adding, excepting for placing a decorative cap on the wall instead of wrought iron bars. And that's in with comment from the adjacent property owner saying the Dunia Plaza site looked too commercial and kind of like a prison. So, and staff agreed with him. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission conduct a public hearing, receive testimony regarding the proposed project, and take the following actions. Number 1, environmental assessment. Find the project categorically exempt from CEQA section 15311, accessory structures. And number 2, a variance. Adopt resolution number P20-028, approving case PLAN 19-00002, subject to the attached conditions of approval and revised condition number 8, which I just read. Staff is here for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions on this one from the commission for staff?
Yeah, so we're gonna go from a precision block to a split face with a nicer cap, correct?
Yes, the applicant, the cell tower company, has proposed just a standard split face wall. I'm not sure, not even with the cap, I think with the top block flipped over. So the Public Works Department has a plan to kind of beautify all the well sites, and they're just adjacent to the east. And we want the cell site wall to match their wall, and that does include the split face with the cap. So it's a much better looking wall.
Yeah.
And did you say that the new proposed wall would be taller in height?
It wouldn't. It would still be the 6 foot all around, well, on 3 sides of the site with an 8-foot step up that would kind of block the property owner's driveway from the generator. But it would be at the top of the slope, which is higher, which is on the higher property, which is the cell site property. So, and that was from comments from the property owner as well. So we got some good information and input from him.
Okay, and I'm not sure if the applicant is joining us or not tonight, but are you aware, Mike, if the applicant's aware of these changes on the conditions?
I am not. I have not spoke to her.
Okay. Well, we'll see in a minute. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, the height of the generator then isn't going to impede on the height of the wall. It'll be out of the vision.
Right, except for the exhaust. Two
Okay.
exhaust pipes.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing to anyone who would like to speak to us on item number 1. Is there anyone here that wants to chime in for item number 1?
I have Brooke raising his hand, so I will allow him to speak.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's on mute.
I've asked him to unmute. There you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, of course, I'm familiar with the property. I own, a single family house next door. And I just like the planning commission to go out to the property so they could visually see what they're approving. I understand that they're asking for an 8-foot wall. And a lot of it is just, if I don't know if you could even see pictures, but if you drove out there, I mean, there's barbed wire on the top. I live in Apple Valley, and on Apple Valley Road, there's a water, I think it's one of the newer ones out here. I can't think of the name, but it's right on Apple Valley Road. It's really nice. It's real decorative. And I would just like to see Victorville do something similar to what, at least other cities are doing. The one in Apple Valley, everything's concrete or block, and it just looks really nice. It has wrought iron. I'm sure, if any of you guys drive by Apple Valley Road, either you never noticed it or you just said, wow, that looks really nice. It's kind of by, I think it's Stony Brook, gated community, so it would just be nice to see this property on Chula Vista. I think since it's commercial, industrial, it should be the nicest property on the block. It shouldn't be the worst property or, the second worst property. It should be the nicest property on the block. And, hopefully other homeowners will try to make their property look nicer. That street gets constantly used by the water company. The water company's always down it. They let the cell phone tower company use their property for access. Just about every time I go there, the cell phone company is working on that tower. There's a boom there. It's been there for a couple weeks. And it's just, it's just kind of crazy that this street gets abused so much. And, I like to see it just look nicer. And I guess that's it.
Okay, and we just, we have it within our staff report, and I don't know if you've seen the full staff report online or not, or if you've received that, but there are artist renderings, and we were just given an explanation that they're actually adjusting the conditions to go to a little bit higher of a standard tonight is what they're recommending for us. More decorative block and a decorative cap on top of it there. So that's what we're dealing with your site, and thank you for your input as well.
Okay, thank you. And Mike's been really good. I've been talking to Mike for 4 or 5 years. I've talked to the people that do code enforcement because I've had a lot of problems. You guys, the city's been really helpful. I just feel like, the cell phone tower is just getting over on everybody.
Thanks for the comments.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here that would like to speak to us on agenda item number 1? Okay, if we don't have anybody for number 1, I'd like to bring this back to the commission for a decision and a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for the recommendation that has been stated by staff, including item number 8,
Chair
adjustments.
Kerr,
Yeah.
I have Angel Esperanza that would like to speak on this item. He's
Okay.
just having some technical.
I'll make sure the public hearing is still open now at this point, and Mr. Esperanza, go ahead.
He's muted.
I don't have him as muted. Angel, we can't hear you, and you're not muted. It doesn't look like you have a microphone.
Can you do a chat feature to tell him we can't hear him?
So Zoom doesn't have a chat feature.
Oh, it did.
I know.
If we hold up a sign and say, Mr. Esparza, we can't hear you.
Zoom does have a chat feature. You just might need to enable it.
It does.
I have reacted.
He gave the thumbs up, and it seems like he doesn't have any comment based on the hand signals I'm seeing.
All right. Thanks, Angel.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from the public?
I don't have anyone else raising their hand.
Okay, thanks, Melissa. I'll go ahead and close the public hearing now. And I'm sorry to cut you off, Commissioner Wells, but can we have your motion once again? Can you hear me, Commissioner Wells?
Yes, I heard you. I'm sorry. Say
Okay,
again.
yes. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. Can we have your motion once again?
Absolutely. Yes, I recommend under item number 1, the recommendations from staff, including the additional number 8.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Wells with a second by Commissioner Huber to recommend for approval case PLAN 19-002. I will do a roll call vote. Chair Kerr,
Aye.
Vice Chair Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Wells,
Aye.
Commissioner Huber,
Aye.
Commissioner Harriman.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Now we can move on to agenda item number 2. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Chairman Kurth, fellow commissioners. Item number 2 is case PLAN 19-00033. It is a tentative track map with a proposed mitigated negative declaration to allow for the recordation and development of a 72-lot single-family residential subdivision. This is a track map number 20280. This is proposed east of Cahuenga Road between Hopland Street and Tawny Ridge Lane. This development was actually previously approved under a 5-phase tentative map 2 decades ago. 2 of those phases did record and houses were built on those, but due to the downturn in the economy, the other 3 remaining phases expired. The developer is now bringing forward a new tentative track map to build out the remainder of this subdivision. It is with some slight modifications that include the inclusion of a detention basin. Also, the prior tentative map had 6 access points onto Cahuenga. That has been limited now to 2 with the addition of 4 cul-de-sacs. So this modification will improve the Cahuenga frontage, which is shared with an elementary school. We believe the limited access will aid in the parent pickup and drop off stacking for that school. With that, staff notes that it meets all of the R1 single family standards, with the exception of the lot depth at the cul-de-sacs. But due to that redesign to limit access and to Cahuenga and provide the cul-de-sacs for additional privacy for residents, we recommend approval of the subdivision as proposed. With that, we recommend that the commission take the following actions: adopt the attached mitigated negative declaration with a mitigation monitoring and reporting program for the project, and adopt the updated resolution number P-20-024, approving the tentative track map case number PLAN 19-00033, subject to the attached conditions of approval. Staff's available if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of staff on number 2 here? Hearing no questions from the commission, I will then go ahead and open up the public hearing. Is there anyone that wants to speak to the commission regarding agenda item number 2?
I don't have anyone raising their hand to speak.
Thank you. Then I will go ahead and I'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for a determination.
Yes, Chairman, Larry moves for staff's recommendation for the tentative track.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Huber, a second by Commissioner Harriman to recommend case PLAN 19-0033 for approval as condition. I'll do a roll call vote. Chair Kerr,
Aye.
Vice Chair Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Wells,
Aye.
Commissioner Huber,
Aye.
Commissioner Harriman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now for agenda item number 3, we're seeing that there's a request for this item to be continued to a later meeting date. Before we do that, I will open up the public hearing for any comments from the public. So is there anyone that would like to speak to the commission regarding agenda item number 3?
I have Angel raising his hand.
Angel, are you there? Can you hear us? I'm still not hearing anything from Angel. I don't see video either.
No, I don't have him on video anymore either. Angel, you have the floor to speak on this item.
Yeah, so I don't suppose there's anything we can do about that since we can't see the video, nor can we hear him.
Right. I'm not showing that he has a microphone.
Tara, a question for you, for city attorney. In this case, I don't suppose there's any way we could have him call in on a phone line?
Do we have that capability? Because if he really wants to speak, we should try to make that happen somehow.
Yes. So the call-in number is, give me 1 second.
And you may have to write it down and hold it up to the camera because maybe he can see us, but we can't see or hear him.
Let's do that.
Good idea. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome. I don't mind taking just a minute here because we're almost wrapped up. I want to be fair, and maybe we'll get this number up to him, and maybe we'll give him a minute or so to call in before we.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So we are gonna work on getting that phone number. So I have Brad that also would like to speak.
Okay, let's go with Brad right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to address the commission today and say that I'm here representing, I'm the applicant for this this proposal, and we're here to answer any questions that you guys have. But we are looking to continue this application to October.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions of the applicant from the commission at this time?
It's on the agenda. So I did receive an email about an hour before the start of the meeting for a public comment. The overall letter that was submitted was 867 pages. So I don't think we have enough time to read the whole thing, but I did attach it to agenda item number 3. So Chairman Kurth, how much time would you like to grant to read this letter?
And you said it's the 700 pager?
Yes.
I'm going to defer. Go ahead.
This is Larry. Since we're going to continue this, couldn't we get that sent to us so we can read it before October?
I think we have it, right?
Yes, it was sent out by email, and it was also attached to the agenda on the city's website.
I can probably speak to that about what that is. I think that is the recirculation of the draft EIR, which I believe hit the street for public review again. I thought it was going out on Tuesday of this week, but it might have went out today. So if that's the email that was received, it is about 800 pages. So I'm thinking that that's what you might have received today. And I don't know that it was supposed to go for this commission hearing. That is part of this application, the draft EIR. So I feel like maybe it just was sent at a time that it might have been for this hearing, but since we're continuing it, we're going to review that in October.
So the item is from a Mitchell M. Tazi, attorney at law.
Okay.
And,
that's
Chairman Kurth, if I may, I could shed some light on this.
Yes, thank you.
Like Melissa stated, we did receive this large document of 800 pages an hour before the hearing. What we've observed is the comments are based on the original draft EIR, which was circulated earlier this year. We have reached out to this attorney actually last week. I told them that it would be recirculated and he will have an opportunity to comment on it at that time. We will also reiterate that again to him, that the public hearing, the public review period for this recirculation will start in a couple of days. So he will have plenty of time to look at the recirculated EIR. And if he has additional comments, he can submit those before the October 21st hearing.
Okay, sounds good. And to answer your question, Melissa, no, we won't be reading that letter tonight. I think any of that correspondence will be sent back out to the commission since this one's going to be continued. We'll be readdressing this and we'll be seeing all of the information before us once again. In the future.
Angel, I'm going to show you the call-in number now, okay? So, oh, there you go.
It looks clear on my screen, Melissa. Hold it there for a little while because she's going to have to write it down, please.
All right. I'm now realizing I probably should have written it backwards. It might have been easier to read.
that's probably good, Melissa. If he's got it, he'll be calling in. I'm just going to give it about, a minute or so for him to see if he calls into that Zoom number, that telephone number. And in the meantime, Melissa, do you see anyone else wishing to speak?
I do not have anyone else raising their hand to speak.
Okay, we're just going to wait a little bit to be fair to Angel.
We don't know if he can hear us, right?
Right.
So he may not even have known that note was for him. If we don't have a way to contact him.
He may have still had his hand up for the previous, it's kind of strange somebody would talk about the cul-de-sac and then move all the way over to Civic Drive, so that might have been an accident. I could be wrong.
Okay, then with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close the public hearing. No, I'm going to leave the public hearing open because we're going to continue this as a motion to October 14th, 2020 meeting. That's my motion.
All right, I have a motion by Chair Kurth. Do we have a second?
Second, Larry.
I'm sorry, maybe I've got the old agenda item, but mine said it was wanted to continue to a different date,
Yes, it will be continued to the October.
special meeting.
Yes,
We-
we are planning to do a special meeting due to the recirculation of the EIR. So we will advertise it as a special meeting. This item particularly has been advertised again, but since we've already started this public hearing process for this item, we want to continue this item to that special meeting on October 21st.
Okay, which is different from our motion, so just needed clarification.
So are we October 14th or 21st?
I'm sorry, Commissioner Kurth, it is October 21st would be the third Wednesday in October.
Okay, then I'll clarify my motion that to continue this item to October 21st, 2020.
And Larry seconds it.
All right, I have a motion by Chair Kurth with a second by Commissioner Huber to keep the public hearing open and continue case PLAN 18-00052 to the special planning commission meeting to be held on October 21st. I will take a roll call vote. Chair Kurth,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mark,
Aye.
Commissioner Wells,
Aye.
Commissioner Huber,
Aye.
Commissioner Harriman.
Aye.
Motion carries. The item will be continued to October 21st.
Okay, thank you. Now it's time to open the meeting up to public comments. If there's anyone that would like to speak to the Planning Commission on any issues that fall in our subject matter jurisdiction. Is there anyone else out there to talk to the commission?
I have Angel raising his hand again.
This is going to be problematic.
Hi, Angel. Can you by chance hear us?
I actually see like two, I
Yeah,
have two bears with
I do
his
too.
name.
All right. Let's see. Angel, you're on twice. Are you able to talk? All right. Should we
I
move?
think since he's tried, he's put a hand up 3 times now, and it's very clear that technology is not going to allow this to happen, unfortunately. So if Mr. Esperanza, if you can hear us, we apologize. We've done what we could to hear your comments. Thought you might be able to call in maybe, but if not, and you can hear us, please join us on another meeting. But there's nothing we're going to be able to do right now. So I'm going to close the. Is there anyone else, Melissa?
I have Brooke wanting to speak.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just one last thing. I was just curious, are you guys going to do anything in downtown 7th Street? Because it's so bad. It looks like I don't know if we could try to do any worse down there. Is there any plans in the future? I knew we did all kinds of stuff on 7th Street 10 years ago, and all it's did is just get worse and worse and worse. Buildings are burned down. I don't know why you don't make the owners that have broken windows paint the plywood. At least it won't be wood plywood. It's so sad to see that area so bad.
Can I speak to that?
Sure.
Rob, can I respond to that?
If it's just very, very general, because I would like everybody to remember that this is just comments from the public, but these are not agendaized, so we really can't get too deep onto any discussions. But if you have a very small quick comment, go ahead, Bob.
Sir, we do have an ordinance for painting the plywood. We just don't get compliance. And in the past, 10 years ago, we had redevelopment fees, and those no longer exist. So I hope that's a short answer, but they are supposed to be painting the plywood.
That's good to hear. Can't you guys just eminent domain the whole area and make it a big facade?
Hey, Brock?
Yeah.
Your comments have been made on the record. No, I have a suggestion. On those kind of questions, I'm not sure if the commissioners know those details of exactly what development department or code enforcement might be doing as of today down there. I know they're doing and working on a bunch of projects. But I would urge you to reach out to the planning department, some of the folks over there, in conjunction with code enforcement. And I'm sure they would be willing to bring you up to speed to what is going down there currently, and maybe answer some of the questions you have.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, Rob.
But thanks for making your comments public. They're made a record.
Sure. You got it.
We have Mr. Esparza back. At least I can see him.
Angel, can you nod your head if you can hear me? Do you need the phone number?
I think he's saying he tried to call.
Okay, he's holding something up. Wait. He just tried to hold something up. I couldn't read it.
One more
Hold the phone
time.
number up one more
Okay. Hey.
Why don't you read it? Just read it.
Okay. Angel, we're gonna read it for you, okay? The phone number is 1-253-215-8782. And the meeting ID number is 967-9068.
Oh, my knee.
0345.
Can we give Angel also the email address? I mean, maybe he can email his comment to be read at the next meeting if we're not successful this time.
Tara, I guess that would be a question for you.
Oh, maybe that's his number right there.
Let's give him a minute. He looks like he's dialing.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yay.
Okay,
Oh, thank you, thank you, panel. Oh, good Lord. So my apologies.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. So this is in regard to a public comment on item 3. My apologies. My devices, I've been on meetings all day and my devices are not acting right. So, okay, my name is Angel Esparza, and again, this is about agenda number 3, correct?
Angel.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Angel Esparza, and I'm a member of Southwest Regional Council of Carpenters. I reside in the high desert. I live, I work, and I recreate in the vicinity of the project. I believe that, or we believe that, will be negatively impacted by the environmental impacts of this project. We oppose the project and request that the City Council order city staff to revise and recirculate the project's EIR report. The city must first prepare the final EIR and respond to the public comments before it takes any approval action on the project. The draft EIR fails to demonstrate that GHG emissions impacts are less than significant because of the EIR relies on the consistency analysis with the outdated climate action plan that is not CEQA compliant. And in any event, the project not consistent with the climate action plan. The draft EIR also fails to make a good faith effort to quantify actual project GHG emissions, which it must do. Since any CAP or CAP compliance analysis is irrelevant, the total projected project GHG emissions are grossly underestimated. So the draft EIR also does not demonstrate consistency with basic objectives and policies of the relevant specific plan, which call for sustainability, efficiency features that this project fails to incorporate. So that's all I got on that project.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you. I appreciate you guys for waiting and taking your time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, item number, we are now, that's the end of the meeting, so I'll take a presentation of reports by commissioners, and we'll start with Commissioner Wells. Do you have anything?
No, just glad to see everybody. Everybody seems healthy. I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Commissioner Marsh?
Nothing, thank you.
Commissioner Huber?
No comment.
Commissioner Harriman?
I just have one quick thing. Some of the retail parking lots are looking rather terrible. I was wondering if we could maybe look into coming up with some type of ordinance that requires the retail parking lots to have a certain amount of maintenance depending on the number of parking spaces they have, because it's getting terrible. The Walmart is filthy, plus there are homeless people with their RVs now stacked up right there behind Kohl's. So, you know, I'd like to explore that. That's it.
Okay. And I don't have anything to report this meeting. How about staff members? Anything to report from staff? Any updates?
Thank you, Chairman Kurth. I do have some updates that I can share about Old Town since it was brought up today. As you're aware, the City Council did approve a updated specific plan for that area in early 2019. And it increased the density allowances in that area. So we have staff that's actively trying to promote the opportunity zone, which provides an incentive for developers to build in this area. We also brought forward to the City Council, and they approved a facade improvement program for Old Town, which allocates CDBG funds to be used to help reface commercial storefronts. That was just approved in June of this year. So we plan to roll that program out as well. Also, the commission may recall approving a temporary warming shelter at the transportation center. That facility remained in effect during the initial months of the pandemic. I'm happy to report, based on a decline in the amount of homeless that were being housed there, they have all been transferred to the family shelter at Amargosa due to space availability there. So as of this week, the warming shelter, I guess we call it cooling shelter, shelter at the transportation center is no longer. We look forward to moving forward, bringing forward to the council's August 18th funding opportunity to construct a navigation center with services for the homeless population, which will help us in the long run address our enforcement of anti-camping ordinances. So with that, just wanted to give you that update, but staff is definitely keeping our attention on Old Town and hope to make some progress in the near future.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Any other comments from staff? Okay, then we'll thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Meeting adjourned.
Excuse me.
Audio.
Excuse me.
Why we're over here on Chrome.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Oh,
Hello?
no comment.
No, I just wanted to know where item 3 was at. I missed that. Item number 3. This is Angel Esparza.
Item number 3 was continued to the special meeting on October 21st.
Okay, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and answering my questions and allowing me to continue. Thank you. October 21st.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the
Are we adjourned?
We're adjourned.
Yes, we're adjourned. Good night, everybody.
Okay, y'all have a good evening. Good seeing everybody.
Yes, good seeing everyone. Take care.